These are 10 bizarre Golden Age scandals Hollywood desperately tried to hide. From the 1920s to the early 1960s, Hollywood's glamour masked shocking secrets. Behind the facade was a cover-up machine designed to protect stars at music any cost. MGM general manager Eddie Manx and publicity head Howard Strickling, operating under Louis B. Mayer's watch, music functioned as Hollywood's fixers through contacts spanning reporters, doctors, corrupt police, and district attorneys. They covered music up notorious crimes and scandals, keeping stars out of jail and their names out of papers. From Jean Harlow's husband, Paul Byrne's suspicious death to countless other scandals, Manx made problems, music, disappear. The system was staggeringly effective. Studios, press, mob, and LAPD formed an impenetrable network where truth was always for sale. Physical evidence vanished. Witnesses changed stories. Death certificates were altered. Crimes became accidents. Music scandals disappeared overnight. What makes these cases bizarre isn't just that they were hidden. It's how strange the scandals themselves were. Secret babies with surgically altered features. Teenage brides. Systematic music drugging of child actors. Murder scenes destroyed by studio executives. Deaths ruled suicide despite impossible evidence. The documentation exists because some secrets were too big to bury. Court transcripts, deathbed confessions, studio financial records, and memoirs detail abuse hidden for generations. Starting with number 10. Number 10. Joan Crawford. The star with a pornographic past. Joan Crawford was one of MGM's biggest stars. The glamorous icon whose career defined Hollywood's sophistication. Her carefully curated music image was elegance, professionalism, and respectability. But before Crawford became a star, she appeared in at least one pornographic film titled Velvet Lips, likely while underage. The film existed, and certain people knew about it. When MGM discovered this, studio brass launched an aggressive campaign to destroy every copy. The studio spent hundreds of thousands of dollars tracking down the film. Eddie Manx reportedly used mob connections to negotiate music, the price down to $25,000, adding threats to the extortionists. Crawford herself fueled speculation. Her contract termination documents show she paid MGM $50,000, possibly as reimbursement for destroying the film. What makes this bizarre is the scale of cover-up for something, music, that happened before Crawford was famous. The machinery was so thorough that for music decades the story remained legend rather than confirmed fact. While Crawford's past was hidden through destruction of evidence, another star's pattern was happening in plain sight. Number 9. Charlie Music Chaplin. The comedy icon who married children. Charlie Chaplin was beloved worldwide as the comedy genius whose silent films transcended language barriers. He represented cinema itself, an artist whose work transcended entertainment. Music, a Chaplin demonstrated a disturbing pattern. He married his first 16-year-old bride when he was 29. His second wife, Lita Gray, was 16 when they began dating. They married quickly, music, in 1924 after she became pregnant to avoid scandal and keep Chaplin out of prison. The Gray divorce became sensational. Music, she received $800,000, the largest divorce settlement in American history at that time. Yet, the pattern continued. In 1943, at age 54, Chaplin married 18-year-old Una Ole 36 years his junior. Shortly after, music, facing a paternity suit from Joan Barry, Chaplin was quoted as saying he liked his whiskey old and his women young, revealing his attitude toward these relationships. What makes this bizarre is that this pattern persisted for decades, music, without legal consequences. He was famous enough that marrying teenagers became known behavior rather than career-ending scandal. While Chaplin exploited young women, MGM was implementing systematic abuse against teenage contract players. Number 8. Judy Garland. America's sweetheart. Drugged by her studio, Judy Garland was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, a wholesome teenager whose voice made her America's sweetheart. She seemed like the perfect girl next door. But MGM systematically gave her amphetamines and sleeping pills starting when she was a teenager. Studio executives deemed her too chubby and enforced brutal measures to control her appearance and energy. Garland was fed little more than chicken broth and music pills to suppress appetite. Amphetamines kept her energy up during long music filming. Sleeping pills ensured rest between shoots. When she married at 19, she was forced back to work the next day as punishment. Child labor laws were ignored. Music, Garland endured marathon filming sessions fueled by studio drugs. Executives' body shamed her during Wizard of Oz production, driving her toward dependence. Her addiction wasn't personal failing. It was created by the studio. The consequences were devastating. Garland struggled with substance abuse for life. Multiple rehab attempts failed. She died at 47 from an overdose, the final consequence of abuse that began in childhood. What makes this bizarre is how openly the studio administered drugs. It was considered normal practice. The brilliant performances came at the cost of her health. While studios drugged stars to control them, others were hiding affair results through elaborate cover-ups involving child surgery. Number 7. Clark Gable and Loretta Young, the secret daughter with surgically altered ears. Clark Gable was the king of Hollywood. Loretta Young was a devout Catholic and wholesome actress. Music. When they worked together on Call of the Wild in 1935, audiences saw two of Hollywood's biggest stars. But Young became pregnant during filming. Gable was married, and Young's Catholic faith made her situation scandalous. What followed was elaborate cover-up involving lies, hidden music, birth, and surgical alteration of a child. Young disappeared from public view under guise of illness. She gave birth in secret. Music placed daughter Judy in an orphanage, then publicly adopted the child, claiming the baby had been abandoned. But the child bore Gable's distinctive protruding ears. When Lewis was 7, Young had her undergo painful surgery to pin her ears back. The surgery wasn't medical necessity. It was designed to hide parentage. After Gable's death, Lewis confronted her mother. Young admitted the truth, saying, "Yes, music, you are my sin." Film critic Leonard Moulton noted the cover-up was completely successful. The public never knew. Young's daughter-in-law later claimed the affair was non-consensual, though unproven. What's documented is hiding pregnancy, abandoning baby to orphanage, music pretending to adopt her own child, and surgically altering the child's appearance. What makes this bizarre is the surgical element. Young physically altered her daughter's body to music, erase evidence while Young hid a baby. Errol Flynn stood trial for his treatment of teenage girls. Number 6. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckler who beat rape charges. Errol Flynn was Hollywood's greatest swashbuckler, the dashing star of Robin Hood, whose charm made him one of cinema's music biggest draws. His on-screen heroism seemed genuine. But in October 1942, Flynn was charged with 3 counts of statutory rape. The district attorney accused him of assaulting 17-year-old Betty Hansen and another music teenage girl. Hansen testified Flynn had taken her upstairs after she'd been drinking, then seduced her in a bedroom. Music. Flynn immediately called Jerry Gisler Hollywood's most successful fix-it attorney. The trial in January-February 1943 grabbed national attention. Flynn had been quoted saying he liked his whiskey old and his women young. The jury found Flynn not guilty. Jury foreman Ruby Anderson stated, "Music. They felt there had been other men in the girls' lives and couldn't believe their stories." Despite Music being tried and acquitted, Flynn's trial fortified his reputation as a womanizer. Music rather than damaging his career. The phrase "in like Flynn," suggesting sexual success, originated from this trial. A rape, music, trial created a catchphrase celebrating sexual conquest. The Me Too movement has prompted reevaluation. The jury's reasoning wouldn't be acceptable in modern courtrooms. What makes this bizarre is the cultural outcome. A statutory rape trial transformed scandal into mythology. While Flynn walked free, mysterious deaths were being covered up. Number 5. Thomas Innes, the producer who died on Hearst's yacht. Thomas Innes was a major film producer, the father of the Western music, in November 1924. He was invited to celebrate his birthday aboard William Ranf Hearst's yacht, but Innes suddenly died during the party. Official cause: music, heart failure. The party aboard Hearst's 280-foot yacht Juanita included Charlie Chaplin, Marion Davies, and Hollywood elite. The murder theory spread quickly. Hearst had tried to shoot Chaplin in jealousy over Marion Davis, but accidentally hit Innes. The Los Angeles Times initially ran movie producer shot on Hearst yacht. Those headlines quickly disappeared. Innes was quickly cremated. Music. While the family said this was his wish, many saw it as destroying evidence. Then there is the Louella Parsons connection. The most powerful gossip columnist in Hollywood was present on the yacht. Shortly after Music, she was awarded a lifetime Hearst contract and massive syndication expansion. Many saw Music this as payment for silence. Despite suspicious circumstances, no serious investigation occurred. Hearst's power meant questions were never answered. What makes this bizarre is how transparently corrupt the cover-up Music appears. Headlines disappeared. Evidence cremated. Witness received career boost. Yet officially nothing suspicious occurred. If Vince's cover-up was quick but obvious. The next case featured a crime scene destroyed before police could investigate. Number 4. William Desmond Taylor. The director murdered in his bungalow. William Desmond Taylor was a successful silent film director who created 59 films between 1914 and 1922, a popular Hollywood figure. But on February 1, 1922, Taylor was found dead in his Los Angeles bungalow. Lieutenant Tom Ziegler responded to a call about natural death. When he arrived, actors, actresses, and studio executives were rummaging through Taylor's belongings. Taylor was on the living room floor with a bullet in his back. What happened next was either Music gross incompetence or deliberate corruption. Physical evidence was immediately lost. Much simply disappeared that first day. The rest vanished over subsequent years. The crime scene had been destroyed before proper investigation. Studio executives' Music had entered and removed materials before police could catalog evidence. Music for decades, the case remained cold. Then in 1964, Margaret Gibson, Music, made a deathbed confession, dying of a heart attack. Having converted to Catholicism, Music, she asked for a priest. In his presence and neighbors, she confessed to murdering Taylor 42 years earlier. By then, all physical evidence had disappeared. Music, the case officially remains unsolved. What makes this bizarre is the Music crime scene destruction. Police arrived to find studio executives already there, already compromising investigation. If Taylor's crime scene was destroyed, the next Music death scene had details that didn't add up. Number 3. George Reeves. Superman found dead with no Music fingerprints on gun. George Reeves was television Superman, the beloved hero representing truth and justice to millions. His performances made him a cultural icon. But on June 16, 1959, Reeves was found dead from a gunshot wound in his home. Official ruling: suicide. The circumstances were contradictory. Music Reeves was discovered by fiancée Leonore Lemon and party guests drinking downstairs. Lemon said Reeves had gone to bed, while others stayed up. They heard a gunshot. Then they waited Music 45 minutes before calling police. Actor Fred Crane claimed Lemon said, "Tell them I was down here before police arrived," suggesting scene tampering. No fingerprints on the gun. Reeves's body showed unexplained bruising. The bullet casing was under his body, unusual for self-inflicted gunshot. Then there's the Eddie Manx connection. Music Reeves had been in an affair with Toni Manx, wife of MGM fixer Eddie Manx. The affair was an open secret from 1951. Music Eddie reportedly approved a bizarre arrangement. Some suspected Eddie ordered a hit when the affair ended and Reeves got engaged. Manx had mob, Music connections, and history of making problems disappear. What makes the suicide ruling bizarre are contradictions. Reeves had wedding plans and career interest. 45-minute delay. No fingerprints. Music unexplained bruising. All conflict with straightforward suicide. While Reeves's death involved possible murder staged as suicide, the next case definitely involved killing, but questions remain about who wielded the knife. Number 2. Lana Turner and Music Johnny Stompanato. The mobster stabbed by a 14-year-old Lana Turner was a glamorous movie star. In the mid-1950s, she began a relationship with Johnny Stompanato, a former Marine with LA crime family connections. The relationship was marked by violence. On April 4, 1958, 14-year-old Cheryl Crane fatally stabbed 32-year-old Stompanato at Turner's Beverly Hills home. Official story. Crane and Turner said Cheryl stabbed Stompanato in the stomach when Turner was ushering him out during violent argument. The argument had been escalating. Stompanato threatened to kill Turner, her daughter, and mother. He made gangster threats involving breaking bones and slashing Turner's face with a razor. Cheryl grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed him to protect her mother. A coroner's inquest returned justifiable homicide. Case closed, but attorney William Pollock presented evidence suggesting Stompanato had been stabbed while lying down, conflicting with the accepted standing confrontation version. An amended complaint alleged uncertainty about whether Cheryl or Lana did the actual stabbing. Some believe Turner stabbed Stompanato and Cheryl took the blame to protect her mother. A 14-year-old would face different legal consequences than an adult actress with career to protect. Stompanato's family sued for $750,000. They settled for $20,000, a surprisingly small amount, raising questions. What makes this bizarre is how neatly it was resolved despite evidence problems. The justifiable homicide ruling came quickly. Civil suit settled cheaply. Questions about the actual killer were never investigated. While the Stompanato case raised questions, the final scandal destroyed the biggest career and created the entire cover-up system. Number 1. Fatty Arbuckle. The biggest star destroyed by false accusations. Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was the most popular silent film star and one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. In 1920, he signed with Paramount Pictures for $1 million per year, equivalent to over $15 million today. But on Labor Day 1921, Arbuckle hosted a party at San Francisco's St. Francis Hotel. Aspiring actress Virginia Rape attended and became ill. She died 4 days later from ruptured bladder and peritonitis. What happened next destroyed Arbuckle's career and changed Hollywood forever. Hearst's papers claimed Arbuckle had raped and his weight had crushed her. The publisher said the scandal sold more papers than the Lusitania sinking. Arbuckle was charged with manslaughter. There were 3 trials. The first ended with hung jury voting 10-2 for acquittal. The second also hung. At the third, Arbuckle was acquitted. The jury issued unprecedented apology. Acquittal is not enough for Roscoe Arbuckle. We feel a great injustice has been done him. There was not the slightest proof to connect him in any way with commission of a crime. The autopsy showed Rafe had chronic bladder condition and no marks of violence on the body. No evidence linked Arbuckle to any crime. Despite complete vindication, the film industry banned Arbuckle. His films were pulled. He attempted comeback directing under pseudonym William B. Goodrich, but his career never recovered. $700,000 in legal bills drove him to bankruptcy. He died at 46 from heart failure in 1933. What makes this significant is what it created. The Arbuckle scandal led to Hollywood's cover-up machinery. Studios realized they needed fixers, publicists, corrupt police contacts, and compliant press. Eddie Manx, Howard Strickling, and the entire fixer system emerged in response. The scandal also led to formation of what became the Motion Picture Producers and Distributors of America, led by Will Hays, creating the Motion Picture Production Code that dictated moral standards for decades. What makes this number 1 is its complete wrongness combined with massive impact. An innocent man was destroyed by false accusations the evidence contradicted. Yet his career ended and Hollywood built a permanent machine to prevent future destruction. Regardless of whether accusations were true or false, 10 scandals spanning 1921 to 1959. From Arbuckle's false accusations to Turner's suspicious stabbing, from Reeves' questionable suicide, to Taylor's destroyed crime scene, from Inn's yacht death to Flynn's acquit, from Gable's hidden daughter to Garland's systematic drugging, from Chaplin's teenage brides to Crawford's erased past. The common music thread wasn't just that studios protected stars. It's how bizarre the methods were. Surgical alteration of children, studio executives destroying murder scenes, teenage daughters taking blame, 45-minute music delays, deathbed confessions decades later, systematic drugging of child actors. The fixer system after Arbuckle involved corrupt music police, complicit press, mob connections, and unlimited studio money. Physical evidence, music vanished. Death certificates altered. Witnesses changed stories. The truth became whatever studios needed. Music, the glamour was manufactured. The scandals were real. And the machinery built to hide them shaped Hollywood for generations. Which scandal shocked you most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more untold stories from entertainment's music complicated.